right, we are ready to get started with our weight training class today. So as usual, this class is going to offer seated or standing variations for all of the exercises. If you would like to do seated or supported exercises, make sure you have a chair handy. We're going to use medium and light weights today. So if you don't have more than one set of weights, you can just use one. That'll be fine. If you do have a little bit heavier weights, go ahead and have those on hand, but also make sure you have the light weights ready to go. All right, we're going to start with our normal warm up, starting with a nice gentle side to side, letting your hands swing, just kind of loosening up your back. Nice, 2 more to each side. And then bring everything in, moving on to arm circles, nice big circles going forward. And then going backwards. And then swing those arms in and out, one over top and then the other. Beautiful. From here, we're going to move on to our elbows. So circles in one direction. And the other direction. And then moving down to your wrists. Do those nice big circles again, one direction. And then the other direction. And then just to make sure your hands are nice and warmed up before you're gripping your dumbbells, go ahead and squeeze your fingers in and out. Beautiful. All right, from there, moving down to our lower body. Bring those feet a little further apart, or if you're seated, you're just gonna, in your chair, swing your knees side to side, just loosening up the hips. And go the other way. Beautiful. From here, bring those feet back in. Start bopping your knees forward and back. And then if everything's feeling good, add some circles in one direction. If you're seated, you're just gonna swing your feet back and forth, loosening up your knees. If you're doing those circles, go the other direction. Beautiful. And then from there, we're going to finish off warming up our ankles. So pick one foot up, spin that foot in one direction, and then the other way. And then switch sides. As you're going through your warm up today, check for any spots that maybe need a little extra care. You always want to be careful with your body. And it's okay if you have to modify anything. Go the other way with that foot. And put it down. We are warmed up and ready to go. And we're going to start with a split stance deadlift. So what that means is you're going to have your right foot in front, your left foot behind. From here, you're going to do your traditional deadlift where you keep your back nice and straight, coming forward and then back up. From here, I'm going to add in a little knee drive, bring that core into play. So grab your weights, 1 minute on the clock. If you're doing the seated version, you're doing the same thing. You're just scooting to the edge of your chair, lean forward, come up, pick up that knee. And we're only doing one side right now. Here we go. Focus on that flat back and nice tight core. Have whatever bend in your knee you need. You've got this. And you don't have to come all the way down to the floor. If your range of motion is only down to your shins, that's okay. You're still working those same muscles. And as you do it, you might loosen up and be able to go a little further. Looking good. Keep it up. Almost there. Time. Set those weights down for a second. Shake everything out. And then we're going to do the other side. So same thing. This time, right foot in, or left foot in front, right foot in back. Coming down, flat back, all the way up. Lift that back knee. For the seated version, same thing. Scoot to the edge of your chair. Lean forward, come up, lift that knee. 1 minute on the clock. Here we go. Nice, you got it. We're focusing on strength, so you don't have to go fast here. Focus on good muscle control and really working that crunch when you lift your knee. Beautiful, you're doing great. 10 seconds to go. Time. Set those weights to the side. Shake your arms out. From here, we're going to grab some lighter weights. Now, what size light weights you use is totally up to you. I'm going to go for my 5s. But if you don't have as much strength in your shoulders, you may even want to go lower for this one. We're going to do an Arnold Press, which is going to start with going up for the overhead press, coming out, and then bringing your weights together in front of you. Now, if you can, rotate inward when you bring them in front of you so that your palms are facing your face. So it's up, out, rotate. 1 minute on the clock. Here we go. You can do this one seated or standing, depending on your preference and your space. Slow and steady. Watch for any pinching or stabbing pain in your shoulder. You may need to modify. If you have any shoulder pain for this one, leave off that rotation and see if that helps. Nice, looking good. Slow and steady. 15 seconds to go. You can do it. Time. Put those weights down. Shake those arms out again. And up next, we have a front raise into a tricep extension, and we're going to add a calf raise. So we're going to have all of our body involved in this one. I'm going to stick with my light weights here. So the seated version, you're going to start with the weights hanging down next to you, lift them all the way up, turn, do your tricep extension here, and come all the way back down, add in that calf raise. Standing version is the same thing. Make sure you have good posture, bringing them all the way up, turn, lower for the tricep extension, all the way back down, add in that calf raise. 1 minute on the clock. Here we go. Keeping your elbows soft, protecting your joints. Beautiful. You've got it. This one is great for sculpting your shoulders and firming up the backs of your arms. Plus, we're helping keep that lower body active, keeping our core tight, and adding in that calf raise. Almost done. Time. Great job. Set that down. Next up, we're going to move into a side bend plus a curl. Now for this one, I'm going to go for my medium weights. The standing version, you're going to curl up, do your side bend, then you're going to switch. So you're doing hammer curl plus a side bend. Nice and simple. Seated version is going to look about the same. Curl it up, bend, and then switch. 1 minute on the clock. Here we go. Now you can increase the amount of work that you're doing on that curl by holding it a little out in front of your shoulder and a little above your shoulder. Beautiful. If you need to take a little break, but just a little one, you can rest that weight on your shoulder. So you're still getting the curl, but you're not having the static hold at the top. Beautiful. Choose your own adventure. Make this workout work for you. You're doing great so far. 10 seconds left. And time. Beautiful. All right, last one. If you're doing the standing version and you want to add a little extra lower body action, you're going to do this one in a squat hold. We're just going to do a nice figure 8, also known as rowing practice. If you want to do it without the squat hold, but standing so you keep your core active, you can modify it there. Just leave that squat hold off. And for the seated version, you're just sitting at the edge of your chair, doing that same figure 8. So pick which one is right for you. 1 minute on the clock. Here we go. Nice and steady. You can go a little faster on this one, but you don't have to. You can slow it down. Really focus on that twist as well. Or if you want to get your heart rate up a little bit, this one is pretty safe, pretty easy on the joints, so you can move a little faster here. 20 seconds to go. Check your breathing. You should still be breathing nice and steady, able to talk in a short sentence, but maybe not a long conversation. Almost there. You got it. Time. Set that weight to the side, shake everything out, and go grab some water. That's 1 set down, 2 sets to go. All right, checking in before you move on to your next set. Were any exercises too easy? Do you need to up the weight? Or any of them too hard? Do you need to lower the weight? Do you want to try any of the other variations? If there was any pinching pain, any spots where you lost your balance, make sure you're taking care of yourself. Use whichever variation works for you and change whenever you need to. All right, we are back to the deadlift with the knee drive. Grab those weights. 1 minute on the clock. Here we go. Nice flat back, crunching up on that knee drive. Whether you're seated or standing, those are the key points to make sure you're doing this exercise safely and getting the most benefit. You're halfway there. Looking great. Time. Beautiful. Set those weights down for a moment. Shake everything out. And then we're going to do the other side. So from here, same thing, just different leg and back, different leg for the knee drive. 1 minute on the clock. Here we go. Beautiful. I love that nice flat back. Safety first. Got to make sure you're taking care of yourself. Halfway there. "15 more seconds. You can do it." Time. Set those weights down. Shake everything out again. And then get ready for that Arnold Press. Remember, if you had any pain in your shoulders during this one, modify it, leave off the rotation, or don't go quite so far back with your elbows. It's okay to keep them a little more in front as well. 1 minute on the clock. Here we go. So we're going to press up, come out, and then around. Beautiful. Keeping your tummy tight. Breathing nice and steady. Halfway done. Almost there. You can do it. This one's hard for a lot of people. You're doing fantastic. Time. Set those weights to the side. Shake everything out. And then up next, we have the front raise with the tricep extension and the calf raise. Once you're set up and ready to go, we have 1 minute on the clock. Here we go. Remember to face them inward for that tricep extension. Perfect. Looking fantastic. Halfway there already. Slow and steady. time. Go ahead and set those weights down. Next up, we have the side bend with the curl. One minute on the clock. Here we go. Looking good. Still breathing steady. Check in. Make sure everything's still feeling good. Come all the way to center each time so that you're switching safely. Beautiful. 20 seconds to go. This one seems like a really simple exercise, but it does a great job working your side muscles. Plus, you're getting that bicep curl in there too. Getting our arms ready for all those short sleeve days. Beautiful. Set those weights to the side. Shake everything out. And then last up, we have the figure 8. Horse stance, standing or seated. Choose your own adventure. 1 minute. Here we go. Nice. Let your core do the work here. Keep that belly tight. Work on that twisting motion. And depending on what kind of weight you're using, you have a lot of options with your grip as well. I'm holding sideways. You can also do more of a traditional row or kayak, or you can do an underhand grip. So it really just depends on what you're working with and what feels best on your wrists. Almost there. Perfect. Go ahead and set that weight down. Drink some more water. Got to stay hydrated. And then we have round 3. All right. Going into round 3, again, check in with your body. Do you need to change your weights? Do you need to change the variation you're doing? Is everything still feeling good? You're doing fantastic so far. Pick which one you want to do for our deadlift. Grab your weights and get set up. We have 1 minute on the clock. Here we go. Perfect. Remember, seated or standing, it doesn't matter. Focus on the flat back and the crunch. Really getting a lot of good core work in this exercise. Halfway there already. You got this. You look amazing. Great job. And time. Set those weights to the side. Shake everything out. And then we got to do the other side. So get set up. 1 minute on the clock. Here we go. Beautiful. Halfway there on this side. Still nice and steady. Still making sure you're breathing smooth. Still checking in with your body. All movement is good movement as long as it doesn't hurt. So if you're doing something that hurts, change it up. Time, set those weights down. Shake everything out. And get ready for that Arnold press. One minute on the clock. Here we go. Nice. Hanging in there. This one can be a toughie. To work your back muscles more, you want to pull those elbows back as far as you can. But not everybody's shoulders track the same. So you got to find the track that works for you, that doesn't hurt. So pull them back as far as you comfortably can. Fantastic. Time. Beautiful. Set those weights to the side. Shake everything out. And then next up, we have the front raise with the tricep extension and the calf raise. Getting your whole body involved in this one. Grab the weights that are right for you. 1 minute on the clock. Here we go. Face them in towards each other for the tricep extension. And you want to lower them at the same speed as you raise them. Don't let gravity just drop them. Make your muscles do the work. Beautiful. "15 seconds to go." You look amazing. You've got this. And time. Set those weights to the side. Next up, we have the side bend plus the curl. So grab whatever weights are right for you. 1 minute on the clock. Here we go. This is a great one to try the seated variation because you actually use slightly different muscles when you're seated versus when you're standing. So it really helps to work the back a little differently and the obliques a little differently, mixing it up. Whew. I'm definitely getting a little sweaty now. Almost there. And time. All right, last one. That figure 8, again, horse stance, standing or seated, totally up to you. Grab your weight. 1 minute on the clock. Here we go. Again, play with the grip, see what's going to be best for your wrists. If you found one that you like, definitely stick with it. But if you're not comfortable yet, keep trying different things. Beautiful, you got it. Almost there. 15 seconds to go. You can do it. And time. Excellent job. Set that weight to the side. Grab some more water. And then we're going to do our final stretch. All right, bring it back in. To finish off today, we're just going to stretch out some of those muscles we worked, starting with taking a nice deep breath and bringing your arms up overhead. From here, you're going to fold forward. Let everything sink down for just a minute, and then roll back up nice and soft. Roll your shoulders down and back. And we're going to do that again. Arms up. Fold forward. This time you're going to come up to that same flat back you used for your deadlift and just let your arms hang for a moment. From here, swing them in soft, small circles in one direction. Just stretching out the shoulder joint, letting gravity work for you. And then go the other way. And then with a nice bend in your knees, roll all the way up. Roll those shoulders down and back. From here, bring one arm across your chest. Maybe turn to look out over that hand. Maybe if it feels good for your neck, add just a little nod up and down. A lot of times I find I don't even realize how tight my neck is until I do these small movements. And then I'm like, oh man, I should really stretch more. Come back to center, release, and go to the other side. Again, if it feels good, look out over that hand. And if it feels good, add that little nod up and down. Still nice, steady breathing here. And release, come back to center. From here, we're going to reach up, pat ourselves on the back for all the work we did today, and then take our other hand and just gently pull that elbow back towards the wall behind you. Beautiful. And release. And then go to the other side. Bring that other arm up. Give yourself that pat on the back. You deserve it. And then pull that elbow back. You want to feel a nice, gentle stretch through the back of your arm. But again, check in with that shoulder. Make sure everything's feeling okay there. And release. From here, seated or standing, you're going to put that foot out in front of you. Lean forward until you feel a good stretch through the calf and probably the hamstring too. And then from here, you're going to take the opposite hand and reach across to the outside of your foot. Add a little rotational stretch through the opposite hip and lower back. And one more breath here. And then release. Come up nice and slow. And then we're going to switch sides. Put the other foot in front. Bring those toes up. Lean forward. Once you've reached what's a good stretch for you, pause there for a second. And then take that opposite hand, reach across to the outside of that foot, and add that little extra back stretch in. And release. Come all the way up. Add in whatever other stretches might feel good to you. If you have any tight spots, make sure you take care of them. We do also have a foam roller class. So if you have a foam roller, but you're not sure exactly what to do with it, check out the foam roller class. It's on our YouTube channel. I will see you guys next week. Have a great day.